Blog Talk Radio.
Welcome to this COSA Nostra radio production. COSA Nostra is a family unit located on allpoetry.com. Allpoetry.com, the world's largest poetry community. We want to thank Kevin and the crew for giving us a place to call home and hang our hats. The content and opinions of the people, the callers, and the hosts do not necessarily reflect the beliefs and opinions of COSA Nostra ownership and management. Enjoy this COSA Nostra programming.
Hello, and welcome to COSA Nostra Radio. You're here with open poetry, and that was Boo on the piano doing an original piece that she created herself, which I think is absolutely mind-blowing. What an amazing job. And there's so much going on around all poetry and around everything that we do, and it's great to see everybody with us today. And as a matter of fact, let me bring the boss on herself. Hello, Boo. How are you doing? The button, Boo. The button.
Sorry, I was on a phone call. I was trying to get off. Sorry about that. Good evening.
No problem. The incredible piece that you created there, Boo. And with that, I also want to remind everybody that Boo is the boss here at COSA Nostra. I was going to give you the boss at All Poetry, but no, boss at COSA Nostra. And
okay.
she She is a leader who really takes care of her people and tries her best to accommodate the people, and she shows true caring. And I've been proud to be her partner in crime for the last 3+ years. We started COSA NOSTRA Radio 3 years ago on Halloween. Before that, we were the group, and as soon as we figured out the direction we were proud to have each and every one of you join us. Heard all over the world, been heard in over 90 different nations. We're an international group, and right now in all. Yes, Boo.
Remember when it all went down and like certain person left and everything, and they were like, "We need somebody to be in charge," and me and you were both like, "No." We were like, "No, we don't want to do it." I was like, "I don't have the time." You were like, "I don't know what to do." I was like, "Oh," but nobody wanted to do it. So I'm so glad that I did, because it's been a great experience, and I'm glad that I did it. So it was a kick in the pants, but it was worth it. So. And
with that, I want to remind everybody that All Poetry has a vote right now for group leaders, and head on over, give Boo a vote, and show her your support on what's been happening. Without further ado, let me go to the phone lines, and first of all, welcome in Wayne. Hello, Wayne.
Well, hello there, guys. Boo?
Wayne.
Boo, that was a great piano song you had. It made me think about being in a piano bar with it colored in burgundy and gold and sitting in the corner.
Awesome.
With a padded chair with my girlfriend, drinking champagne. Yeah, you made it very elegant.
Oh, thank you so much, because that was what I was going for. It was supposed to take you somewhere else. You're supposed to lay back, close your eyes, and go with the flow. Thank you, Wayne.
That's what I did. You're welcome.
Cool.
And let me bring to the show Nick. Hey, Nick, how you doing, brother?
Jersey, Nick.
Hey, Jay. How are you guys?
How are you, Nick?
I've been working
doing well.
I've had some shows.
No, you've been
Chris is in college
working
now, so
he
told me to tell you hi.
What's that?
I'm sorry he couldn't make it. So Chris is in college now, so he told me to tell you guys hi, and he's sorry he couldn't make it.
Hi, Chris. Oh, go get that education, Chris. There you go.
Yeah.
Good for him.
And I'm always working. I've got a full-time job now.
Oh, it sucks, huh? I'm kidding.
I understand that completely. Boo understands that we all get that. We all get that.
Hey, Nick, just curious, what school is he going to? Can you say, or you don't want to? You don't have to.
ASU.
Oh, you go, boy. A university man. Love it. Okay.
Yeah,
Congrats.
Chris is going to
Chris. I love hearing that. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let us also bring on to the show Headshot. Hello, Headshot. How you doing?
Hey
guys. Pretty good, thanks.
Mr. Headshot, what's up?
Good evening.
Or good evening.
All
Hope
right.
you're having a good night tonight.
We are. And out on the board, want to say hello to Driscona and Mocha, who are listening in and throwing their support out on the board. Great to have you guys there. And without further ado, let's have Nick, since he has to work early in the morning, get us started out for the day.
Yeah, thanks, Jay. Actually, my mom said the two words that are the title, and I was like, oh, that sounds like a good name for a poem, so I had to write that, and I hope you guys like this. It's called Silent Majority. If I were to count the times I've been called crazy or burnout, they've called me lazy. I've walked 1,000,000 miles with bare feet on briars, continue on to prove them liars. Once upon a time, before things changed, mental illness was labeled strange. Stigma in names, sorry, it shut off. Okay. Stigma in names flung at me every day. It became the soundtrack of my life in a way. Years in hospitals with no way out, a foggy future riddled in doubt. It took a lifetime, but we aren't there yet. Millions of people hang their heads in regret. Now I'm no longer treated horribly because I became a silent majority. My heart's on my sleeve and it's there to stay. I'll live a normal life even if my mental illness won't go away. End poem.
There you go.
I really like this poem. This kind of goes with Casey's poem yesterday, Boo. I think that really and truthfully, what was known about mental illness in the past compared to what is known now, it's like night and day. All the atrocities of the past are kind of are now a learning point for, you know, we care for these people. Yeah, we all have a little bit of touch of crazy in us, and there's absolutely nothing wrong with that because it is a normal thing. And it is sad in the past how mental illness has been treated. And yep, exactly. And
like guys aren't allowed to cry and without being seen as weak.
There you go. He said men weren't allowed to cry without being labeled weak. And,
I know that's
I think
pathetic.
I think that this is a powerful piece that I think many people can relate to, and I'm glad that you brought this out here, Nick. Let me get some comments for you, and we're going to start with Wayne. Wayne, what do you think?
Well, I said,
Wayne's crazy.
This is a wonderful poem. Silent Majority is a great group to belong to. I think we all belong to that group. And one day come a day, pretty soon we'll all have to stand up and be heard. And at one time, your mental problem seems to be handling it well. And you probably had perfect rhyming, great storyline, and I enjoyed it a whole lot. Great job, Nick.
Thank you, Wayne.
And Headshot, what do you think?
Yeah, so I would say when you think of a doctor, just realize they're practicing, and they got to practice because they're not good at it. If you look at, and like you said, look back to looking at, they're idiots, they're ignorant. If you go ahead 10 years, we are ignorant now. Insanity and ignorance lie hand in hand. There's a very fine line that it's not very fine. They just tell you it's fine. It's sexy, but anyway. I would say nobody's going to blame you when you're the last one dead and your whole platoon died. No one's going to blame you when you cry because your kids died. No one's going to blame you when they took your country over and you're trying to get it back and you're going to cry about it. That's strength. It just depends what you cry about. There are no definites. In other words, when someone says something direct, they're more likely asking you a question. Thank you. That's a great night.
Thank you, Headshot. I really appreciate it.
And let me bring on, before I have Boom make a comment, I'm going to bring Rack on the show. Hey, Rack, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm alive.
Yeah,
I'm alive. That's good.
I'm alive. Okay, Boo, what did you think about next poem?
Yeah, well, everybody that I know is a little bit crazy, and if they're not, they're really good at hiding it. So some are better than others. And shit, I could talk about this one for days, but I won't. But we used to have that stigma. Everybody used to be like in a box, and everybody used to think it was, it was so terrible to have mental illness. But it's like 1 in 6 people have mental illness. Everybody is somewhat mentally ill. It's no big deal anymore. You're kind of like the advocate for health, I think, and for mental health, because you always write the poetry that has feeling and you want to spread it to people so that you're going through it so they know that it's okay for them to go through it, and that makes it okay. If other people feel like they can express themselves and talk about it. So that's what you do. You open the door for them to do that, and that's a good thing. That shows strength, and I love that.
Thank you, Nashville.
I might actually agree with that. I might even say ignorance and insanity is in a box. That's why they tell you to think outside the box. If not, they treat you differently.
Yeah.
Shit, I don't know anybody who's not on something, some kind of antidepressant, some kind of anti-stress, anti-anxiety, or whatever the case. So we're not alone anymore.
LSD.
Hennessy.
It's a moneymaker. Let's be honest, it's a moneymaker. So, they're winning. Pharmaceutical companies are winning. The doctors are winning, So,
yeah, well, we're batteries, so it's easier to have us and it costs more for us just to stay low and then just have to charge all the time instead of us getting fully charged and not have to charge that often. That's why they care more for the old folks. Once you're old, you have to have a doctor.
Well, like
how many kids are on medication? It's crazy.
It's not. I don't really think it's a good idea for kids to be on meds because their bodies are still developing. With me, it was a serious case, and also on top of that, I was used as a guinea pig for every new med that came out because.
And that's another thing. The trials are bullshit. Yeah.
And then the side effects as well.
Did you know
it reminds me of a virus. That's what it reminds me of. A virus, and the other ones are the mask. The virus is mask. Same thing.
People who are 65 years old or older, people who are 65 years older, the fifth leading cause of death is doctor's prescriptions. The fifth leading cause of death.
No shit. No shit. Why are they held on a pedestal? They're no better than us. They make mistakes. Yeah. We can talk about this poem all day, huh? Yeah, they're no better than anyone else. I can tell you for a fact because one did kill my mom, so I know all about it. And they don't believe the hype. Don't believe them. Just because they're on a pedestal doesn't mean that they're any better than us. Okay, I'm shutting up.
Take the pill.
Amen. All right.
They already have the prescription pad. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna shut up.
Take a breath.
Okay, Boo. Thank you to Nick for bringing that. You really got us fired up. You got especially Boo.
Yeah.
Thank you for firing Boo up.
If I can do one thing right, I can start a conversation.
Absolutely. Awesome job. We're going to move on to Headshot poem next. So, Nick, are you going to be taken off, or are you going to be able to listen to it? Nope, he had to go right away. All right, that answered my question. Okay, thank you, Nick. And Headshot, you're up.
All right, this one's called Whenever You Want. But not today, not yet. It's always more than one, except when it comes to me. Rise, sink, right, sink, waterboard, surfing USA. Tell the presidents, school's out. I got the ink. Look in front of your face, but don't blink. Stripes, a bar, or skull. Should have stopped it, no. Life like oil was free. Free like, get this away from me. Just like the devil is your God, 'cause he was just too sexy for his bod. We are left. We are all right. They are right. They are all right. Mortal Kombat. Fight. We are you. Who are you? My mother? You would be waiting to die. I would be waiting to torture you. I would wait till extra ran out, then pass it to Boo. I will wait till pigs fly, till the fire with pants was you. Till the brown sky is blue, but only when you look through. You shall not pass, no soup for you. Thank you, don't come against. Is there anyone else? Come on, just do it. Take your best shot. Guitar strings on the boardwalk, 'cause jazz was not smooth enough. Many people yell 'em. Once invented you. Thank rags unto the cab of that cab, which is just a car you call a crib, a bib, a club, a stick, a bat, that log you call a tree. Well, that tree had a flea, but it was determined and might, which is great, plurality as its fate. I'm sorry, I probably messed that up. Les should learn to give, 'cause we're missing a planet. Wish you would have said she was a magnet. Don't say or touch that, they say. Never play with guns. Never play with death. Never play with bodies, they say. Nobody cares. She doesn't need him anymore. He is not her problem. He is her solution. Captain Save-A-Pole. Too soon? That's what she said. I see dead people. I see dead people. I sees dead people. High seas dead people. I think they don't know they're dead. I don't think they know they're dead. Must have been something they read. Laundry will lie sheets on the bed. I know you are, but what am I? Your hero is a zero back to fly. Since when have I not been Since when have I not been I? When you're behind a master, splinters go a bit faster. Boombox had a master blaster. End poem.
You know, I really like what you did here. You brought in a lot of pop culture references, and that's one thing that I love in poetry, when people can take something that is kind of out of the ordinary and splice it into what their poem is. And I really, really like the way that you do this with sayings and with catchphrases and everything like that. Let me see. I've got to read a few of them because I really like that. You shall not pass. Doing a little Lord of the Rings there, and then No Soup for You from Seinfeld, and you know, come on, just do it. Take your best shot. Getting a little bit of 80s music
American
references
Me.
there.
American Me
exactly.
As well.
I really
like take your time.
I really like the cleverness that you put into this, and then you once again played with some of the wording. So I really like the way you did that. Let me get some comments for you. I'm going to start with Rack. Rack, what do you think?
Yeah, this is really interesting. Some of the twist that you did. You did something in the end. And I'm sorry right now. I'm not focusing very clearly. The medication that I guess.
It's all right.
Yeah, I'm sober for the first time in like years.
You know, you did something cool in the end. That there was one of the phrases that you called out about it had to do with what you saw, you know, and again, you know, having that unique perspective, I think, and that unique voice is what draws us to some of the poetry that we enjoy and you know, speaks to us. And you've definitely got a voice, and you know, people need to know about your experiences.
You talk about I know what you are, but so am I. I know you are, but what am I?
Well,
I know you are, but what am I? And then, of course, you have to pass something to Boo, so like that as well.
Yeah, I threw you in there, and Raz as well. I threw you guys in there.
I thought you mentioned Raz too. That was cool because I really think this poem has a strong influence from Raz. The way that you brought in the pop culture references, because he does that a lot. So I really like that. What's that? Oh, yeah, of course, love the picture, Boo. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Wayne, what do you think?
Oh, this is wonderful. It's another great poem with lots of talking points. This is cool, and where to start is hard to figure. And every talking point can take a week to talk about. It seems like you're living in the mid '80s, and you had everything down here except for the money for nothing. I see dead people never open my eyes. This is a Razzie type poem with the topics, the way you presented the topics, and I think you're a philosophical poet within nature with a lot of insight. I love your work. Great job, man.
Yeah, thank you. One thing Americans, I think Americans should remember is that the people on the other world have an opposite story. Just remember that forever, because it's always going to hold true. They have a different vampire. They have a different god. Everything over there is opposite of ours. It's like about being a woman over there, and we're a man, or vice versa. It's the other side of the world, and they actually see things.
I ain't going there.
We do.
I'd love to be a dude.
We don't have to go there if they come here.
I would love to be a dude. That seems so much easier, actually. I don't know if it is, but anyway, I agree, and it's shorter, that I think you do the work's more effective and more powerful when you do shorter stuff, because you have a lot packed in there. So I wouldn't have to, I think it's more of a punch for you. And I like how you have it broken up, like we said last night. The picture's cute, looks just like you. But this is, I agree with Wayne, sort of like an 80s throwback, kind of like, and I love all the little references you have. And remember that one, Jay, too? I know you are. What am I? We used to say that all the time. We are left, we are right, they are right, they're all right. Mortal Kombat fight. You're always ready to fight, and you're always ready to fight for your country, no matter what it's about. You are the spokesman for America, like I always tell you, and it's true.
Yeah, and the important thing is that we know who the enemy is, so that's why I put that. We're all right, they're all right, they're proper like. They're going to have anything proper English, proper language, and we're going to have everything else. Politics.
Yeah, great job. It's an interesting read. You did a good job.
Thank you.
All right. I want to say hello to Azakel and to Jask out on the board. Great to see you fellows today.
Yeah.
How's everything going out in India today? That's what I want to know.
Sala, where are you? I'm going to remind you. Yeah.
And what we're going to do is we're actually going to play his audio next and do his poem. So I love this. Hit the snooze button at 5:30 a.m. Okay, here we go.
5 o'clock.
Hit the snooze button at 5:30 a.m. As dawn reaches the day, the sunlight sparkles. I peek through the window. The flower unfolds. The reading to nature that becomes a bee. Watching nature bliss. As evening rest, gushes from my veins, jumping in a running air is the sleep. As easily as ever, gunning by the fair wind, across the country, found by valleys. Indian embrace, where timing golden stars are found, heaven is rare. Bees is his skin, lungs has no shade for but now, a mockingbird calls, and a mud pass. As I melt down, I paint a beautiful canvas on paper, wielding ink in a bud, the words of everyday saying, taking a rhythm in the sample words. I wrote a medium or tender view love, lifting a mud of the dirt, empowering and walk alone with silence in mind. I call it a day. Cuddling under a blanket of stars, is birds singing in my ear, so go and run free with the angels. Dance around the golden clouds. For Lord wants you to keep breathing. Each blessed moment you give to the world. Never depart. Thank you.
I think what I really love about Jess Garen's poems is he is able to take something so simple and turn around and just break it into a million parts. And I love that in him. He is a genius poet, and like I said, one of my heroes in the poetry world and in life. How he overcomes so much and then creates such incredible art with his mind, and I absolutely love that. He if anybody hasn't seen his YouTube channel, check it out. Go ahead and like it, subscribe to it, get them up there in subscriptions. It is really worth it because he is just the light of this world, and really appreciate that.
It's motivating.
Very motivating. Wayne, what did you think of that?
It's another wonderful point. He writes great poems, and when you're enjoying yourself, 5:30 a.m. comes pretty fast. I've seen several lately, and going to bed that time is not easy. Your poem is lovely. It has all the sights, the smells, all the emotions was wonderful, and it was a pleasure hearing you read it. I can't wait to 5:30 in the morning. Maybe I'll get some rest. And great job with this, Raz.
I hate waking up early. God, I hate it.
Headshot. What do you think?
Yeah, I love the reference of Rocky. America is back again. So we were Rocky for a while, and then he got beat up by the Russian. But we're back. But now this time we're in the Matrix, and we have all the agents over us, and we're at that point where we're surrounded, we're covered, doggy pile, and we just knock them all out, and we head back up because it was the wrong destination. It's like we're quantum leaping through space-time ahead of everybody else, and you land. You look around. If you're safe, you go on and experiment. If not, you jump out of there and go to the next spot. America's ahead and about to move a lot quicker than the rest of the world, and we don't even know it. It was a great ride.
And Boo, what do you think?
I know it.
Boo Bear, the button.
Oh yeah, we know it. I'm saying they don't know it, but I mean like we as us humans.
Oh, got it. Sorry.
Other than us.
I think it's really this. I thought I read this before, maybe not. Sunrise. He's all positive. Look at him. It's 5:30 a.m. and he's talking about the dawn greets the day and the flower. I'm usually throw the alarm across the room with a couple of swear words in there, and he's got the flowers unfolding. And he's like, it's a brand new day. He's going to start over. He's going to start fresh. He's going to start positive. That's how we all need to wake up, myself included. But and it's very beautifully written, and it's positive. Like you said, his channel is so uplifting. Like you can't help but feel empowered after you watch his channel. I thought it was amazing. I love the way he loves his family and what he does. But I paint the beautiful canvas on paper, weaving ink to the board. Like poetry is his therapy. That's how he expresses himself. That's how he starts his day, and it's working. And he does a beautiful job at it. I call it day. What do you say? I call it a day cuddling under a blanket of stars, with words ringing in my ears. He loves words. He loves poetry, and that's beautiful because that's why we're here.
And let me see. We're going to get Rack up next. Rack, were you able to hear that at all? It's okay. Let me get Rack dropped, unfortunately, during that play. So. Rack, I'm going to go ahead and put your poem up.
Maybe he'll be back, Jay. Maybe we should wait.
He's back. He's back right now.
Okay.
Here we go.
Rendezvous Under a Blood Moon by Raconteur. The scarlet moon climbed a starless sky as the change overcame me, the way it does every cycle. My leather jacket provided paltry protection. The hairs stood up on the back of my neck as a chill wind shouted obscenities at my flesh. I moved purposefully through the woods, silently stalking the smells, wafting on the wind, intoxicating the air. My pulse roared in my ears as shadows fall away, magnifying every movement. Olfactories overwhelmed by the odors accompanying disembowelment and evisceration. The scent of sweat and death led me to her, hunched over the kill, entrails dangling from her bloody fangs. Growling, she flung her head back and slurped them like spaghetti. She wiped her mouth on her arm and let out a that would make any man proud. Before I knew what was happening, she closed the distance between us. Her palms hit my shoulders, knocking me to the ground. Using her momentum, I rolled until I straddled her. Licking the blood off her chin, I said, "Sorry I was late for dinner. Are you hungry for dessert?" She answered by biting my shoulder as her claws raked my back, shredding clothing, entwining haunches, and giving my tail an impatient whack. Our howls echoed through the trees. There was no satisfying our carnal lust. We were still going strong after the sun rose. Even as humans, there was no stopping us. There is something to be said about animal attraction. So if you want any happiness in your life, don't worry about being late for dinner as long as you can satisfy your wife. And
Amen. Amen.
Oh my God, that clever little twist at the end, you just absolutely nailed it. It was so fun, rack. So unique, so you, and ripping out that belch was something extra special too. Incredible job, brother. And before we get any comments, I want to welcome to the show. Let's say hello to Stella.
Hello. I was so tired. I fell asleep. Sorry.
I hope you didn't come in during the scary part.
Yeah, I just heard the ending, kind of. Yeah, he's eating his shoulder or something. I don't know. It's creepy.
Your reaction is hilarious. Oh my gosh.
And let me get the first comment for Rack from. Let's start with Headshot.
I thought it was pretty good. There's a few things that caught my eye, like what you said something about what the women do, and what a woman does for you does not determine her love. What her love comes from the inside, which is her mind, and it doesn't come from her giving you pleasure. That's just the game we play. Seems like you like shadows. America is at a time of clarity. Turning on the lights and looking through the window and making sure everybody's safe inside, because there's a lot of people in boxes right now that are not, because the wrong people are attracted to our kids. We have to hide our kids because boys like boys and girls like girls, and somebody's not acting as old as they should be. I think America's either too young or too old. Nobody's their age anymore, and so we hide our kids till we figure it out. So it was a great night.
And Wayne?
I didn't see the reference to the kids in it, but I'm sure. Anyway, this is the person that was howling obscenities at you was me. This is the deeply dark and a little sick, which I love. Now you are a horny vampire. Jeez, all we need is a horny vampire and a man-eating wife. This is kind of point my liking, and the ending was wonderful, and I'm not having you guys over to eat anytime soon. Great job.
Yeah, there you go. And Boo, go ahead.
I thought it was hilarious.
Tell your man.
Rick, and,
tell your boyfriend I said hello back.
It. I thought it was hilarious. The way you read it is so entertaining and so fun. You're always you're just teasing us all the time with the way you do it. You stop in the right places. You start there, and just everything about your read's perfect. And I was first wondering where this is going myself, but then and if it's true, if you can't satisfy your wife, someone else will. So you better bring what you can to keep her interested. And I thought it was adorable, unique, fun, just like you. And you made me laugh for real, really loud. I love this track. Did you just write this or no?
No, it's about a year old, I think.
Year old, yeah. I loved it. I thought it was great and an awesome read. I love your sense of humor.
That was great. Sawa, do you want to say anything? Were you able to read it at all?
Kind of going through it. It's I knew it was for you. That's kind of weird.
a little blood and gore, but it's more about it's more about the relationship than the menu.
Yeah,
I know. I know. I was laughing.
Doesn't
I like
spaghetti.
What Boo said.
That sounds like a good menu.
What Boo said.
Pizza game.
Menu. What Boo said, and I really gave it a funny twist at the end. It must be Halloween inspiration. No, really, it's even though it's funny, you talked about very important factor, really. So well done. I'm sorry I was late for dinner. Are you hungry for dessert? No,
I love dessert. Who doesn't love dessert?
Well, it's better than getting yelled at, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. funny. You know, you can keep the chemistry going that long. That's really impressive.
Nobody's going to complain. It's kind of like the election. We know what they did. Nobody's going to complain. Nobody's going to yell. We're going to go on and wait till it's too far.
There you go. Yes, indeed. All right. Is that everybody's day?
Yeah. Yeah, that is everybody, Boo. Did you want to drop your poem, Boo?
Yeah, I could do that. Okay. Isaiah. Say reading list. What's he asking on the board?
Let me check it out. Hold on.
Check it out.
No, only one work to the reading list at a time, and what happens is as soon as you put another one on, your old one gets taken off, and that's the way that all poetry works. All right, Boo.
Okay. All right. Let me fix this really quick. Okay. This is called... I just got the Rack's poem. Oops, sorry. Okay. Where am I? Okay. This is called Slay the Beast of Depression. Like this, the fight against the beast of depression. Depression is a monster, destroys both heart and soul. It tortures without mercy, consumes its victim whole. Each cripples and disables, making life too hard to cope, can make each day a nightmare and leave a person without hope. Some people feel the sadness from the time that they are young, and they believe that they are different, that they can't be loved by anyone. It's reinforced by bad parents who depress themselves to care for the child they're supposed to love, but instead they forgot they're there. Tears apart lovers, I've been there. We can't allow our love to decay. Together we'll survive the storm, baby, you gotta meet me halfway. Must advocate for ourselves. Believe me, no one else will. Eventually come to the realization joy isn't found in a beer or a pill. The cycle is reinforced by parents. Oh, I repeated myself again. Skip that one. Okay, beast depression can intensify through violence and neglect. Fists are used only to degrade, vicious words used to reject. It's fueled by those substances that are used to help escape from the endless sorrow and that unbearable heartache. Constant sadness is a vulture that will make anyone its prey. There is no one who deserves it, and there's no one to blame. Don't need to make judgment, but we all need to be aware. Those who suffer in pain just need someone to care. And poem.
Hell yes. It is a monster. It is a beast. Once again, we're into that the mental illness side of the house, and yeah, it tears us all apart, and it doesn't just affect the person with the depression, but everybody around them. But here's the deal about the depression: we can't just go up and tell a person, "Oh, it's gonna be better. Oh, it's gonna be this. It's gonna be that." None of that helps. Don't tell them what to do. Understand who they are. That is the most important part about this. We can't tell people what to do, because telling people what to do is, all it is telling them, hey, you know what, you're messed up. You got to do it this way. And it puts them into a greater depression, and it affects them even greater. And we have got to actually, go there and show them the support and accept them for who they are. Because that's bottom line, is the only way that they can, I'm not even going to say they're going to be healed, because it's something they live with their whole life. But they need
and participate too, Jay. They need to show up to the party and put their big boy pants or girl pants on, and they have to show up and advocate for themselves too. We can't do it all for them,
You're right.
Yep.
You're right, Boo. You're right. It takes an effort by both people. So wonderful job. Just a dynamite response to that. Let me start with Rack. Rack, what did you think about that?
Yeah, the thought that you were mentioning, I go so far as to say the absurdity of telling them, oh, just ignore it. They're going to smack themselves on the head and look at you and say, oh, I didn't think of that. It's really, an environmental, very much, I think, a cause and effect thing. Like you mentioned, Boo, you mentioned the parents and their state of minds as well, and it turns into a vicious cycle. One thing leads to the depression, and whatever it is that's triggering them, it turns into this bottomless pit that you can't crawl out of, because then people see you depressed, and then it depresses them, and they fall into it, and they don't know how to handle it. It's really a tough thing to deal with, and they turn to chemicals to prescribe it, but that's even worse in some instances, because everyone that I've ever known, but the drugs don't, that they alter me, and I'm not myself, and they refuse to take them, and so it lasts for however long it lasts. They try and make the effort, or at least from what I see, and in a lot of cases they try, they really do, but it's that change in them.
Yeah.
They stop taking it. Yeah, they recognize that change in themselves, and that depresses them too. So it's like you really can't win to address something like that. It's really kind of obviously I'm not a professional, but I can understand throwing their hands up in the air in frustration, and like how do you handle it when you've got someone that's altered? It's really you have to just keep that in mind when you deal with them. But there's nothing, no set path or no set anything that you could do other than try and understand, like Jay said, their actions aren't, necessarily because of anything that you're doing, or it's more of a learned thing, I think, that leads to that feeling. But again, what the hell do I know? It was
no, you're right.
It was a great ride. It was a great ride on the subject. It really is. And again, there's something that we could talk about forever, because it's really a deep subject, and there's a lot of ins and outs.
You can't fix somebody. You can help them. You can't fix them. They have to try to, because we all try to do that. Fix them.
I think it goes back to
stop taking their meds all the time. I see that.
It goes back to what causes it, though, because if it's environmental, if it's something that it's a learned behavior, you really can't undo something like that. It's something that's ingrained in them at that point. I would go so far as to classify, and I don't know if it's classified as depression. Well, yeah, the D in PTSD is depression, I guess. So that's not something that's that you catch it by drinking a cup of coffee or something. That's like repeated behavior that's like it's triggered psychologically.
Embroidered.
I mean that's really. How do you handle that? How do you deal with that? I mean, you understand about the loud noises, and you try and be gentle around them, but there's almost no avoiding it. You have to understand what's going on before you can go forward, I think, and it's the understanding that's the hardest part, because nobody lived their life and shared experiences.
I've lost a lot of people due to depression, and it is a killer, that's for sure. Sadly. Thanks, Rack.
And Salwa.
This subject, kudos for you, Boo. This subject is very. I read a lot about it from a point of view of someone who really, like Nick, how he talked about it, how his point of view, how his people see him, how he deal with it, how it's changing him, and all of this. But here it's a point of view. Now, I couldn't say an outsider, someone who really tried to understand depression, and even even analyze it in another way. It's true, it could be from parents, but also it could be genetic. Because I have a sister who went through very severe depression, and it really changed her life completely. I feel like I lost a sister. She's there. I love her, of course, but it's not the same anymore. So it's very hard, as the JCA said, not only on the people who suffer from it, but also the people who love them and care about them deeply, because they want to reach out and change. But as I said, it is, of course it needs medical attention, but also it has to come from them, because one can, you really can't do anything for them. So it's very complex. It's not an easy thing, unfortunately. It's worse than, in my opinion, so many diseases, and finally now we can talk about it openly. It used to be like you can't even mention it. You can't even talk about it because it's looked down on it, or they're afraid to be judged, and so on. I think there is still there that fear to be judged or not understood by other people who are depressed. It's a very powerful poem, really. I would definitely commend this for the front page because it's very important.
But don't get banned from that front page. That's the important part. Don't get banned from it. We got to make sure you stay on that front page. Oh,
not
who
banned,
just dropped
it? Tell me 10 days. They tell me don't come back in 10 days or something like that.
Oh, really? Okay. Wayne, what did you think of Boo's poem?
It was cool.
Well, the first thing from my comment is I think depression is caused by either a great loss in someone's life, or it's caused by watching TV too much, or something, where they get there, something they can't measure up to where they need to be, so they're just depressed all the time because they want to be something they can't be. But this poem is very depressive, and it tells a lot about sadness of depression. And I've seen a lot of people that I couldn't cheer up no matter how silly I acted. Most people seem fine when they're on medication, but they take the medication away, and they hate life so much that it's scary. I've never suffered from the disease. I've always hated everyone. I've always hated everyone and put myself up on a pedestal where I'm above everybody else, so I don't ever get depressed. It's hard for me to feel the pain. So to me, life's wonderful, and I'm glad to take my next breath. And I'm sure I might get depressed. I'm sure I won't get depressed ever. But this poem is about a sad disease, and she did a good job writing about it. Good poem.
Oh, thank you, Wayne. Who could be depressed
around
Wayne?
What do you think about the poem?
Everybody.
I think that was great. I would say depression is circumstantial and situational. So asking good to be evil and evil to be good, as if we're not both. So somebody thinks negative. It's like trying to switch negative and positive, which we try. We try to get everybody positive and correct. But I do believe it's a matter of principle. If we forget about Pearl Harbor, then Japan can get in our back again and do it again, which they're there right now. And on now the other stuff, you know what I mean? My principle hit me, and before that we hit women. If we don't follow that track, we don't know where we're going.
Okay. Thank you. I'm just kidding. Thank you. Okay. Where are you?
Okay. Sorry, I got muted. I think we're worth more than they made us out to be. And negative emotions is your brain telling your soul, hey, something is wrong. We're better than this. They got something wrong. Keep trying. Keep going.
It's a chemical imbalance, though, too, It's a
we're not in heaven yet. Yeah,
absolutely. Get that. It's
you can't hate on somebody for being imbalanced. So being balanced is perfect and good, and if you're imbalanced, you're evil and different, and you should be shunned away and put in a box and tortured and lose everything.
We're all
that's what happens.
In some way, but
yeah.
Being
correct is perfection, I think.
True.
I think satisfaction is temporary, so we get stuck in the loop, and being correct is perfection. Everything else is simply uncivilized. There's no reason we can't get something correct. We know better. We're human beings. We know when something's wrong. I think it's a great write.
Thank you.
All right. Let's get to the poetry here, and Wayne, I'm going to let you read yours.
This poem. Did you get my SoundCloud, or did you not get my SoundCloud?
Yes, I'm going to play it now.
Okay. Yeah, this poem was interesting. The way the host of the contest set it up, said it had a certain rhyme pattern, which I found was very interesting. And I hope it doesn't depress anyone, but let's just see.
All right, here we go.
This is called The Place I Yearn. to dream of non-existent lands and escape the time of drifting sands and live my life without others' plans. Have a perfect life full of love. To watch my children as they grow and let them find what they need to know. Live a life with a happy soul and listen to the man above. A life of sadness we have all seen, where gardens have never been green, and wonder why so many mean. It's why I learned to live life free. To look above a clear blue sky and understand and not ask why. Be content until the day I die. This is the place I wish to see. A place where I can live on a hill, make decisions with my free will, and learn to like the way I feel, to be the place I will adore. Stand up tall and feel the warm breeze, sit in the shade under my trees, give praise to God on bended knees. Then I shall ask for nothing more. In.
I'm sorry, I was jamming to that. Why'd you stop? Why'd you stop? Like that was such a groovy jam, man. Oh, I like what you did here. You really brought the actual form out quite well, and I like that AAA BBB CCC B. And yeah, that's cool the way you brought that.
I put 8 syllables per line. I'm doing 8 syllables per line.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, like I said, it's not easy to do forms like this, and it's great that you were able to. And yeah, there's a little bit of sadness in there, but also, you know what? With when you create something like use that form, it creates kind of a beauty within the words. And then I like the end here, stand up tall and feel the warm breeze, sit in the shade under my tree, give praise to God on bended knees, then I shall ask for nothing more. You know, you're also talking about something positive, some hope there at the end. So you really brought out this is the true Selwa poem. So Selwa, you get first comment.
Oh, I mean, I got my attention the same lines, the ending, the place I yearn for. It's a beautiful picture, by the way, really beautiful. I think this lavender. Sorry, you've got my attention. It's not your usual. You never really write anything kind of sad like this. Life of sadness we all have seen where gardens have never been green. But I like how you ended. You really, I agree with you. You ended it so beautifully, especially at the end. To be a place I will adore, stand up and feel the warm breeze, sit in the shade under my trees. And you have a way to rhyme it like this. I don't know how you do it. Really amazing. Give praise to God on bended knees, and then I shall ask for nothing more. Very beautiful ending. And the whole poem is beautiful, but especially the cadence and the rhyming. I don't know how you do it. Do you think of I'm not a cadence or rhyme person. This is really amazing. So well done. And you read very nicely. The music background give it a lift too. So well done.
Hey, Jason. Thank you very much.
And don't worry, Salwa. When my poem is playing, I will have you hide tonight because it is a very scary
again. Did you kill someone again?
Very scary, very scary poem. So I'll let you hide.
Thank you.
Headshot. What do you think?
The last 3 lines caught my eye. But I'll just say I like how it says give praise to God on bended knees. I I suppose there's a God out there who wants you on your knees. My God wants you on your feet because the devil's alive, and we got to erase him from existence. Then we can ask for nothing more. I thought it was a great rhyme.
Thank you.
And Boo.
I was going to say, read what Lestat said on the board. I mean, Ezekiel. I mean, so Ezekiel. I think that's a great comment. Phil's too. Solidarity or truth within the way he speaks his poetry. That's a nice comment. Yeah, Wayne, you never know what Wayne's going to bring. Sometimes it's funny, sometimes it's crazy, sometimes this is spiritual, I think. And is that for the new paint out? No. Wayne?
I never know what I'm writing either.
Yeah. Is that for the paint out contest or no? It looks like it, but I think because I just started. I guess it probably isn't, but it looks like it could be. Yeah, your rhyme scheme is amazing. That's a lot of lines to have together to rhyme. You're a rhyming stud every time. But the picture, that's not for a contest, is it?
No. Not just the rhyming scheme they had. I picked a picture of it. I picked it out of
Okay. Yeah, that's a hard one. Jesus, what is this? Is this what they wanted? Wow, that's pretty hard to. How many lines is that?
I got the second place.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wow.
Yeah, 8 lines per stanza, eight syllables per line. Eight lines per stanza and 8 syllables per line. So it's pretty interesting. It's fun.
Oh, yeah. What's the form? Do you know? If you don't tell me, you don't know. It's just a rhyme form. Okay, so anyway.
He did
a great job. I like the way it looks, too, with the 8 lines like that, but just 3 stanzas. Life of sadness we've all seen, where gardens have never been green, and wonder why so many are mean. I wonder that same thing, why people are cruel for no reason, why they hurt other people for no reason. The metaphor here that you use for that, I think, is very beautiful and poetic, too. So praise God on bended knees, and I shall ask for nothing more. That says it all right there. Very inspirational, very inspiring, and uplifting. Beautifully done. Well, I think this deserves the front page.
Thank you very much. I appreciate the comment.
You're welcome. I shall nominate that one.
Boo and her nominations. And
me and
Boo
and nomination for. Yeah. Sal was like, yeah, they told Sal to stop it. They told me to stop nominating Gonzo, too. They told me he has enough nominations, we know. I said, oh, okay, sorry.
I think we're going to do a little something extra special here, folks.
Yay.
All right, so this is a collaboration, and it's a very, very cool collaboration because it's not totally words. It's a kind of a remix with a piano and some awesome stuff here. So here is a collaboration between Ezekiel and Boo. A Call to Heaven's Door, a remix cover of Knocking on Heaven's Door. So here we go.
the light to shine into our heavenly wow.
Great job.
Oh, that was so freaking cool. Yeah, I love the direction you took on that. How you took Booth's piano and brought it forth. And I just got one thing to put onto the board right there. There you guys go. All of the everybody hold up your lighters because this is rock and roll. Excellent job, you two. Wonderful lyrics and wonderful way that went. Wayne, what did you think?
Well, I always got to start with some funny. Knock, knock, knocking on Boo's door. Take away the Viagra. I won't need it anymore. This is a very good collaboration. The words have a lot of meaning, and I enjoyed this a lot. It's great words, a great song, and y'all did go good on this. I enjoyed it. So yeah, I like it a lot.
Yeah.
Let's do it again.
I did too. Sawa.
It's really beautiful. I love what he did with the piano. The way he sang it, it's beautiful, really. Very well done, and the remix, just perfect of the song. Well done, both of you. Enjoyed it very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, very spirited too.
Yeah, very much so. Headshot, what do you think?
I think if God wasn't there to hold us down, we would be there. I think we're waiting on God or Jesus or Jesus or Christ or Christina or whatever you want to call them. I think we're waiting on them, and that's why we're not going anywhere or doing anything. If they weren't there, we would do it ourselves. We would be more focused on pushing ourselves and bettering ourselves and finding a way to do it without asking. We would learn to do it by telling. It was great, right?
Thank you.
All right.
And he did this so fast. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, and I thought he did a great job. Boo, what did you think about how Azakel did?
Oh, I thought he did a wonderful job. I'm impressed and honored and flattered and everything else. I mean, he did that he asked me to send him something. I did, and then a couple hours later, he was like, "I'm done," and I was like, "Whoa!" And so that's the first time I actually heard it. I thought you did an amazing job singing. You worked perfect with the song. It didn't overlap. It wasn't too loud. I felt the spirituality, and I know you liked the song, which made me happy. And because I sent them two, one that we heard in the beginning, I think we'll hear. But you did a great job, and I think this deserves the front page for you because your words are beautiful and your singing was beautiful. Anybody who sings, I give props to. Awesome job. Thank you, Headshot. Headshot. Thank you, Azakel. I'm so sorry. Thank you, Azakel. I'm looking at Headshot's name, and I think I'm honored. You did a wonderful job.
And let's say hello to Dave. Hey, Dave.
Hey, how's it going?
You missed it, Dave.
Brother Dave.
Dave.
Yeah, it sounds like I missed something anyway.
Yeah.
You missed Azakel did a kind of a remix of one of Boo's piano pieces, so I think that was super cool.
Mm.
Yeah, he did Knocking on Heaven's Door, Dave. Really cool.
Oh, that's a good song. I used to like doing that one on the guitar.
Yeah.
He said let him re-record it first, Boo.
Oh, he's such a perfectionist. I know. Okay. Then I'll change the words a million times, so I'm kidding. Good. No problem.
All right. Let me go ahead, and what we're going to do next is we're going to put up Mocha's piece. And here we go. There it is.
Poem by Mocha 868. Oleander. Letters are flowers in an intricately arranged bouquet, petals brushing against bruise-blossomed skin. A maiden choked on whiskey words, seeking cerebral sin, sacred burial grounds hidden within. Whispers are the pestle grinding against the mortar of the mind. Ashen-laced lines dance to the tune of smoke-laden sigh. Coral bells bud out of her open mouth. Staphyloglottis planted betwixt her thigh. The lonely silk cotton tree beside barren river banks cry. Beneath quartz clouds and obsidian skies. End poem.
I thought that was G for a minute.
This is a great piece that was put together here. Just so many wonderful visuals. I mean, the way that she just kind of brings out each of the pictures and the nature and everything like that, I think is absolutely brilliant. This is just a marvelous piece and so well presented. Excellent job there. And let me get a comment first up from Dave. What do you think?
Oh, I thought this was real gorgeous. I particularly like the last two lines in the last stanza. I thought the description of the quartz clouds and obsidian skies was really vivid. You know, I thought that I really liked that. I thought this whole thing was really well written, and I like the way she chose the adjectives and the metaphors in it. Really a beautiful job. I've never heard of this lady before, but boy, I'm telling you, she sure got this one together. I thought it was a beautiful, beautiful poem, and a beautiful storyline as well. Just well done. Wow.
And let me get a comment from Stella.
Oh, she just had the perfect voice, really beautiful. Another one who has amazing voice. And how she plays with words, very kind of have a little bit seductive and romantic at the same time. But there's still sadness in there, of smoke laid inside. There's some sadness, even though she have all these flowers and blossoms. I don't know why I feel some sadness. Maybe because I read it in the but I see the cries. That's where it is. The cries, barren riverbank cries beside. So it ended up in a sad way, unfortunately. But beautifully read and beautiful imagery. Really incredible poet.
And let me get a comment from Wayne on this. Wayne, what do you think?
I said it's a softly sad poem of longing for someone that's missing. This is sweetly done, and emotions poured out everywhere to be seen. I wish I knew what that speciologist was between her thighs. I'm sure it's not as bad as my mind makes it out to be, but this poem is a great poem, wonderfully read, and I enjoyed the pace of the poem too. I think I'm gonna love her work. She's a good poet. Good job.
Great comment. And Headshot, what do you think? Sorry.
Yeah, so I'd say explain somebody crying or sad. The only thing I would add is the size of the person, and who is he, and where their place in society. Because if you upset the wrong person, crap flows downhill. So that's why they keep us on the bottom crying, because the people up top are laughing. I thought it was a great write.
And Boo, what do you think?
She's not just mocha, she's hot chocolate, honey. I mean, everyone I've read of hers, for a second she sounded like G, but then I thought, no, that's not. G's more like a whispery kind of, but she's hot, and everyone I've read has been like that, but it's not like skanky, not over the top. I like Oleander, and yeah, she's been a really great addition to participating, showing up, lifting us up. Letters or flowers or intricately arranged bouquet, petals brushed against blues, blossom skin. I love that stanza. It's very sensual, romantic, but it's coral bells bud out of her open mouth. Like, whoa. I don't even know what that word means. It's like the third line down, but betwixt her thighs sounds fun. And what is that word, Jay? Spag? What is it?
It's a type of plant. It's a type of plant.
Okay. Okay, that looks like the word for tongue, kind of.
I'm good to know that.
Good to know that.
Yeah, I didn't know it either. I didn't know it either, Boo.
Something, see? She educated us, too. Good stuff. Very beautiful. Yeah.
All right.
Good job there.
Here we go. It's... Mocha said it's a orchid that's common where she's from. Spatho means spear, and Galatas means the tongue.
Galatas means the tongue, yeah. I was going to say, okay.
All right.
That's fine.
And what I'm going to do is allow Salwa to go to her corner and close her ears. And I am going to
Bye-bye. See you later.
Bad girl.
Yes, I'm going to play mine right now. So here we go.
She didn't care they were dead. Part of How I Feel About You. A horror series, part 10. Cigarette puffs twisted in the malformed smoke rings. Fingers spent tapping on the desktop. The question. The maze with 17 choices. My brain. The mixed up Scrabble pieces. I let her talk. I let her talk. Price of the strip of duct tape the ears can hear, but they are the deaf, screaming in the catacombs, wails of the ghouls in the cranium. Her lips were the vipers that rolled me in smoke paper and lit my cherry to the cinders, but her eyes, fearless. Where is my mother? Treadmill of the syllables twirling on the hamster wheel, owl biting the Tootsie Pop after licking it with the serpent's tongue. Old Town Square is the underground, fires and the rumbles and the progress, a linchpin of holes to the blind antiques. We strolled through Old Broadway to the entrance of the Jackson Theater, a sidewalk no couple had tread in decades. His name is Bobby. We passed the bellhop corpse. Double doors led the way to the auditorium. 18 seats propped down with the pictures of the faces of the dead. Look, I pointed at the stage, wooden wheelchair and the mummified knitted shawl. There is Mother. Her breath was the tickled steam on my neck, goosebumps that erect the skin, whispers. I want you.
Oh, that was creepy.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah, strangely aroused. Okay, so I wonder. Well, I always wondered how many licks it takes to get to the center of a touching wow. No one ever knows. No one ever knows on that theory. But Dave, what did you think about that? I got to come back to it. Oh, you're going to beat me next time, I'm pretty sure.
That was creepy. That was real creepy. Jay, I'll get himself on this one. Make me think. For some reason or other, I got the visual on this that they walked into this movie theater, an abandoned movie theater. I don't know. Maybe that's what the Jackson Theater is. I don't know, but it was just dark and kind of very creepy and I like the love the way you read it, Jay.
I let her talk.
Yeah. Yeah. That was cool. I like that part. Yeah. So where is my mother? Treadmill of the syllables, twirling on the hamster wheel, owl biting the Tootsie Pop after licking it with the serpent's tongue. That's pretty cool. Jeez. Yeah. It's it gets a green star for creepiness by Dave. So well done, Jay.
Yeah.
Thank you. And I'm kind of going after. Yeah, they did walk into a movie theater. I'm kind of going after kind of a little bit of Stockholm syndrome on this piece. So.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That's hilarious. Oh my God, Jay, we must be on the same wavelength. I was just talking about that. That's trippy. Okay. Wayne still here?
Yep.
Wayne, my dear.
Yeah, I'm here.
I
said, wow, what a great poem. Wow, what a great poem with fabulous phrases like wails of the ghost in the cranium and lit my cherry to the cinders. Oh, man, treadmill of the syllables twirling on the hamster wheel. This is dark and the read was professional. I'm glad you found your mommy, even though she was in a wooden chair in a wooden chair and with the mummified knitted shawl. And then her whispering to you, "I want you." They kind of got a little bit on a kind of a sick side, but this is a great spooky poem, and I like it a whole lot. Good job with this.
Jay, you know what my next question is? Do I need to ask? Probably not. Jay's obsessed with the pen. Here we go, another one. That reminds me. What
How'd you know?
Because that's your new mission in life. The 10. Lord, I don't even know the last time I got a 10. Headshot. What'd you think of this perfect 10?
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
It seemed like I got the duct tape, so I saw a smile when you put the duct tape on whatever on her face. So I saw like happy and sad, the struggle between happy and sad, and how much it's costed us, and how confused everyone is. I would just say that nobody's ever been right. We haven't had anything correct, or we'd be in heaven. We wouldn't have what we have. So I would just say if people are going to argue about humanity, then they should think of humanity as a whole. I thought it was a great write.
Mm-hmm. The picture's a trip, too. I mean, yeah. This is, I bet you Flip's going to love this one if he didn't comment on this already. But, some people are into the duct tape and getting tied up and all that stuff, I never know. She might have, like you said, the Stockholm thing, she probably enjoyed it. She probably enjoyed it, you know what I mean? And maybe she did somewhat. And, I don't think there's anything wrong with that, really. But that's a whole other show. Anyway, but The price of, I love that too, duct tape and ears can hear. This is really good, Jay. And, you know, I think you did a good job. I see gold in the future on this one. And I love that too. I let her speak. I let her talk. The way that you read it was creepy. The music was weird. Even at the outro at the end was really creepy. I was like, oh, I thought you were going to do, something else, but this was actually better than I thought. Her name is Bobby. We passed that golf corpse. Really, this is almost like a story and like a little short story because you say so much and so little words. Really, really good, Jay. I like this one. I'm going to nominate this one. Really good.
Thank you. We got a couple people on hold. First of all, hello, Sugar. What's up, Brandy?
Sugar.
Oh, nothing much. Sorry, I'm just getting around. I miss all of y'all. Things have happened. JCA noted issues.
Yeah, you getting better? I hope.
I gotta stay stress free as much as possible.
Yeah.
Okay, then we can't do any sexy poems then. Sorry.
No sexy poems. And no murder poems.
No scary ones.
I got
right, Brandy?
one more person to say hello to, and Silky. Silk, what'd you think? How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. How's everyone tonight?
Hey, Silk, did you hear Jay's poem? Just curious, because you would have liked it, I think.
No, I didn't hear it yet, but I'm just reading it over right now, and I'll have to listen to the SoundCloud here in a little bit. But actually, I just finished reading it, and it was dark, and it had a creepy kind of, I don't know, I'm trying to think of the right word here. It kind of, it had the feel of almost like a cult. I just got done watching, American Horror Story Cult, and I don't know, for some reason I got that vibe out of this poem too. For some reason, a little bit there. But I like the story of it too. How you were talking about how you kept popping in with people talking, and especially I liked your also your two lines right here. Treadmill, syllables twirling on the hamster wheel, now biting the Tootsie Pop after licking it with the serpent's tongue. I kind of liked how that brought together kind of the clash of that old commercial there, which I always thought was really cool, kind of like bright little thing, but then you made it dark with the serpent's tongue, so that was a great contrast. And just the whole piece, I really enjoyed it. You're writing.
Excellent. Thank you so much.
I heard part of it, and I have to admit, you know, I heard what part I heard. I was like, shit. I'm glad I'm not wearing panties right now.
You were turned on. I knew you were going to say that, Brandy. I knew you were going to say that. That's hilarious. I thought the same thing.
But,
so,
you know, Jay let me in on what happened on my show, and I was like, crap, I missed all the good parts.
It's like that Stockholm syndrome, you know? It's kind of trippy as it is, but yeah. CJ, you got all this talk going there. Good job.
Yeah, that's great. I love that. Thank you guys so much. All right, and let us go with. I know who I want to get. I'm getting the poem. Dave, I'm going to do you next here. So I'm going to put you on the board. And right about, hold on. And then Silk, I'll throw you in after Dave. And Sally, I know you need to get going too. So we'll get everybody. So Dave, you are up.
Okie dokie. Well, this is the continuing story of eHarmony Tales, The Boat Lady, Chapter 5.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay. And it goes like this. She was a looker, that's for sure. Really caught my eye, as it were. Better curves than a roller coaster. Dangerous as a bath near a plugged-in toaster. Her push-button remarks, her leggy picture shot sparks at every one of my man buttons. Her pic laying on a cabin cruiser deck, bikini swimming suit with a jeweled belly button. My thoughts to her now a train wreck, poisoned ideas of me with my Social Security check. Her mind stuck in neutral a little too long, keeps playing her same old dildo dipshit song. Couldn't add 2 and 2 to get 4, couldn't pour piss out of a boot out of her pumps all over the floor. Her common sense module long ago unplugged, her mental code in dire need of being debugged. She's running in a never-ending Mobius loop, fork-tongued enunciation in every dialect of dupe, marooned on a raft in bullshit soup. According to her, she's the one with the poop. She lived above me in Washington State, her mind and tongue synchronized on an AOL baud rate, the latter always ahead of the other. She'd make a moron a fine fairy godmother. She wanted to come down and see me. She got lost on the way down, you see. She calls me up blubbering in tears, poor lady's demons poking at her fears. David, if you care about me, come pick me up. Snuffling demands to me from her aisle 7 cleanup. I told her best bet was to just turn around. I didn't feel like being Kathy's clown. So she hung up on me, her wailing legendary like the banshee, her unconscious warning messages, her mind's death cup brew of her beverages. I could have worshipped this woman forevermore. I would have kissed her footsteps right off the floor. Every part of her looked luscious to me. No one would have loved her more, you see. She was so close, yet so far away. An inch is as good as a mile, they say. A millimeter against a light year, not nearly quite as queer. As her mental gymnastics crying in my beer, a product of being taken care of far too long. Her husband's death inside her mind's song. Her uncertain future stabbing into my heart's fear. I can't understand that, but I can't wear that hat. She needs a man that can stand to put her back on a champagne budget, laying her down on her custom gadgets, on her welcome deck of mahogany, a cabin cruiser's occasional lobotomy. But that girl's not me. That guy's not me. Her and I would never agree. I could make her feel very good, but not for very long. End poem.
That's my favorite one.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, well, you know, there, like I said before, I used to work at this one factory and bugged this one guy because he always was on the dating site, but he never picked anybody from the dating sites because it was always looking for a man with money, looking for a man with money, looking for a man with money, looking for a man with money. And that's that's the number one prerequisite on those dating sites sometimes is if you don't got money, forget about it.
No money, no honey.
No money, no honey. There you go, boo. And that's all all these ladies are looking for at times. You know, it's fine. They great. They have a great body, but no mind, and all they want is money. So there you go.
Yeah.
You absolutely nailed that one, Dave. Excellent job.
Thanks.
They're called self-centered usually.
Go ahead, Boo. What's that, Boo?
They're called self-centered bitches usually. You know, gold diggers, whatever you want to call them. It's not all yeah.
Wonderful. Silk, what do you think of that?
Like, whatever.
Yeah, I got a real big kick out of this, Dave. This was also the nab. I've seen these women too, so now and then. Yeah, they're all about the money and the flash, and if the second it all runs out, they're gone, man. Poof. And I just I dug some of your cover little things you had in here, like her mind and tongue synchronized on an AOL baud rate. That was hilarious, right there.
Yeah.
And I like the whole tale here, just how you're just examining it raw and in full color here. That just to me, I loved it, man. I was laughing all the way through. I had to mute because I just found it very humorous, and I could totally see this going on eHarmony or any dating app, really. Great piece.
Thank you, Phil.
So,
you
know, he was on 375 dates, and he's telling us about all of them. He's going to write a book.
Oh, damn.
Funny.
There we go.
375.
That's right.
Oh, stop. Can you believe
That'd
it?
make a great day. There we go.
Yeah.
It's like a what not to do book
Maybe
for the morning men.
Maybe it'll make me a rich man, huh? I don't know.
Yeah, there you go.
Too funny.
Yeah.
I love the sarcasm.
Let me see.
Hilarious.
Let me get a comment from Brandy. Brandy, what do you think about that?
Interesting. This is the sad part about what's going on with me. I get winded more easily, so I can't laugh too much, but I enjoy the giggle out of it.
Thanks,
the imagery itself is put there. It was like, what the hell?
That's for
it was
sure.
like a what the hell moment, but it's a happenstance kind of a moment. But it's like, do I even want to question this moment, or should I just get on my little short bus and jump off a cliff with the bus on fire too? But I liked it. I really liked it.
Thank you, sweetie.
Great comment. And let me get a comment from Headshot.
Yeah, I remember the teachers used to ask me, because London Bridge had just fallen down, so they were like, if people jump off a bridge, if people jump off a bridge, will you follow them? And so I was like, well, how high is it? And is there naked women?
Lord.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think guys really like it. That's okay to men at first. Like, she's hot, so that's good enough. But I think later that comes like that's so empty. But at first, guys don't seem to mind. I mean, she's hot, right? So most men.
Yeah. Well, she looked real good when I looked at her. When I saw her picture, she started sending me other pictures of herself that weren't her on her profile. And man, every one she sent me, I thought, holy cow. And then when she started, how hard is it to drive from north to south? When she called me up, she was in tears and wanted me to come and pick her up when she was in Vancouver, which is, about 40 miles away from my house. I thought, are you kidding me? Do I really want this woman in my head?
You're like, you better keep it up.
All right, Boo, finish up your comment.
Oh, I just think it was hilarious. This is my favorite one of all of them so far. My thoughts of how train wreck, poison, dead, and me in the Social Security check. That's hilarious. The whole thing is hilarious. Oh my God, I love this too. Her Too Long keeps playing the same old dildo dipshit song. That's hilarious.
It's like, wow.
I just thought it was so funny, the whole thing. You just laid it down, and I like the sarcasm that you had in it too. And you said she's blubbing in tears, like right there. That should have given you a red flag, dumbass, right? So you're like, no, I'm not even going to do anything about it. And then her mental gymnastics. A lot of them know how to play that too. Crying in my beer. You probably wanted to get the hell out of there, right? No matter how hot she was. I thought this was hilarious.
Oh yeah.
Entertaining. Can't wait for the next one. Good job.
Oh, she was. When she started running her mouth to me, I couldn't put on the brakes fast enough. I really couldn't. I thought, oh man, I don't want nothing to do with this gal. She is a train wreck,
Wonder why she's single. There, you know why now.
Yeah.
Right?
And Stella, do you want to say anything on this?
It is kind of provoking, but really great storytelling. And welcome back. I can't believe it. 300 what? 338.
374.
375, Stella.
And they all suck. Yeah, that's unbelievable.
Dave, did you see what Mocha said on the board about that? She said that is a fantastic title for a novel, and she would buy that book.
Well, once I get it going, I might just send her one,
You should do it, yeah. I think a lot of guys would buy it. A lot of people would buy it, I think. It's funny. It's interesting. It's a forewarning,
Yeah, it is. That's for sure. It's just...
Good job, Dave.
Excellent job, yes. And we're going to move on to a little bit of Silk. Silk, I first got to ask, is this a scary one or not?
Embarrassing.
Not really. I mean, it's a little dark, but it's not sensual, and it's not like scary. It is a little dark.
Okay, just checking.
we want to just for Salwa. We don't want to give her nightmares. So we're thoughtful here.
Oh no, it's a cyborg piece actually. But here we go.
All right, sci-fi. Bring us a little sci-fi.
Yeah, sci-fi.
All right.
Okay. Silicon meets flesh, bones and metal mesh. Is life worth the price of death? I have grown bored of the hollow. Its grainy reflections fail to fire the matrix. Nerve-ending shot like burnout circuitry, an acrid smell of ozone. My only glimpse of the symphonies that once thrummed along the inflamed web of my synapses. Flicking the switch to overdrive, overstimulating the crystals. They rise and spiral, spinning gold and silver tails, weaving corrupted images that shatter like satin, cringing away from fingertips at the softest caress. I fall, reaching for the hole seared through my memory, shimmering pools of quicksilver and scarlet. My blood, splashed across the vellum of the sky, bleeds vermilion. Luna weeps. I drink her ether, inhale her night-lace fragrance, savoring the taste of her galaxies dying upon the tip of my tongue. Drawing her beauty in flowing script scrawled in mercury calligraphy, pouring her primes within the fading embers of my tainted half-life. Oh,
I like this. I like this a lot. You really brought us into kind of that sci-fi scent. I love the shimmering pools of quicksilver and scarlet. My blood. You know, talking about as much as the circuitry and of the cyborg along with the blood of the human. So you get the mix of the human and the machine right in there. And I think that this is quite a clever piece, how you brought this together. I really, really like that. Pouring her primes with the fading embers of my tainted half-life. It's like, what is powering that part of the cyborg, which is the computerized? Is it some form of nuclear core that is dying down and eventually going to die out? I like this piece. It really has quite a feel to it, and it makes you wonder if they're going to become more and more computerized until they become overall a robot, and maybe with a AI. So I really like this. Let me get some comments. I know Dave was ready. Dave, what do you think?
Oh, I thought this was great. I especially like the first two lines of the second stanza. I thought it was really descriptive here. It says, nerve-ending shot like burnt-out circuitry, an acrid smell of ozone. Anytime you have an electric arc running around in the air, it ionizes it into ozone, and it has a real distinct, pungent smell to it. And I thought that was really well done. And then I like the overstimulating the crystals. Crystal oscillators are used in computer circuitry quite a bit, and I like that part of it. It's the shimmering pools of quicksilver and scarlet. That was good, like you said, Jay. I like that part, and I also like this next last stanza. It says, drawing her beauty in flowing script scrawled in mercury calligraphy. I could just see mercury, the metal mercury painted into a calligraphy script. I thought that was really cool. Pouring her primes down fading embers of my tainted half-life. Yeah, anything with a half-life on it is probably radioactive and of a nuclear nature. So, I thought this was really cool. I thought you did a really good job on it, and it was just really, really interesting. So,
thanks, Dave. Appreciate that.
Well done, Sil.
Great comment, and let me get a comment from Headshot.
Look at Phil. That's funny.
Yeah, I do believe a black hole releases radiation, and I don't believe it's nuclear.
No, it's not.
I thought I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
No, it's not nuclear. It's Hawking radiation.
Okay, okay, cool. Yeah, so I thought this was all around great. I mean, he stuck to the point. He read it perfectly, and he got his perfect point across, which is the most important part of vocabulary. I guess you can call it vocation. I thought he did a great job.
Quiet.
Oh, thank you.
And Brandy, what do you think?
I'm sorry. You gotta give me. I won't pay attention.
She doesn't want to get all excited. I think. No, I'm kidding. Okay.
No problem.
No, I really wasn't paying attention. I was reading something else.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh, no problem, Brandy. Salwa, what do you think?
I literally was curious what the word holo means, and I look it up. I don't know. There's different definitions. I'm not sure which one, but I have grown bored with the holos. I think it's what it says, the slang, that all the artificial, maybe attraction, sexual attraction, and here you really nailed it, because it is artificial. This, even though, but you gave her at the end, Luna weeps. I love how you gave her this human side, even though it's artificial. I think it's ironic here. I drink her later and hate her nightly fragrance, and this has become probably a reality of a lot of people who really caught into with fiction or internet. I find it really brilliant, very brilliant how you took it from there to very deep right.
All right. Before I have Boo make the final comment, I want to say hello to Raz. Hey, brother, how you doing?
Raz, where you been?
Hi, JCA.
Hey, Raz. Long time no see.
Hello.
Hello. I don't get.
And Boo, you get the last comment on the Silk Spoon.
That was great.
Anybody that mixes technology and sensuality, wow. I mean, that's like my two things right there. That's incredible. I mean, I love this whole poem. I think this deserves one page. I love the technology part of the whole thing, and you made it sensual and interesting, flicking the switch into overdrive, overstimulating the crystals that rise and spiral, spinning gold. Your read always impeccable and beautiful to listen to. I love the correlated images. The whole science part of it is, I think, amazing. Quicksilver and Scarlet, My Blood. And then you've still got the fantasy part there, Luna Weeps. It's just so, so good. And I agree with Salwa. I like how you made it more human. You gave her a name. And then the fading embers of my tainted half-life, because it's not going to last. And so you just let go. I just think this is amazing. I love, love, love it.
Well, unfortunately, it's bedtime for me, so I'm going to go ahead and head out, y'all.
Kick ass. Thank you, Brandy.
All right. Good night, Brandy.
Right,
take care.
Bye, Brandy.
Bye, Brandy.
All right. See y'all later. Y'all take it easy.
Take care. Thanks for coming. Hope you get better.
All right.
Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Brand.
I will.
All right. I love the picture, too.
All right.
This kicks ass. It's 2 years old. Wow. Yeah, I like this.
Yeah, I just searched for a picture to go with that. And I don't know if it did or not. But, yeah, I had to really search for that picture.
Yeah. A lot of comments.
Charlie didn't think to find good cyborg pictures.
Yeah. You got a lot of likes.
All right, and here's what we got going on. We're going to put the person who Mocha said we have to protect at all costs up on the board next. Salwa, you're up.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Mocha. That's funny. That's funny. Okay, where is it? I don't remember what I put there. Okay, I remember now. I prayed and I cried. J'ai prié, j'ai pleuré. Okay, I'm going to start from do you have time to do this? Or
I want French, I want Arabic, and I want English. Yes, absolutely.
Okay. عندما كنت وحدي في سكون الليل تشبثت بإحسان حياتي ثم فجأة تذكرت بأن الودود فقط يشعر بغبار ألامي وشعرت برحمته في روحي دعوته بجميع أسمائه الحسنى بدموع قلبي دعوت وبكيت حتى كل ألامي تركتني ودعوت وبكيت وابتسمت. Quand j'étais seule dans le silence de la nuit, je me suis accrochée aux peines de ma vie. Soudain, je me suis souvenu que seulement l'amour le plus sublime peut sentir ma douloureuse poussière. Et son amour divin, je l'ai senti dans mon âme. J'ai appelé tous ces noms sublimes avec des larmes de mon cœur. J'ai prié et j'ai pleuré. Toutes les sources de ma douleur m'ont quitté. Et j'ai prié, j'ai pleuré et j'ai souri. When I was alone in the silence of the night, I clung to the stars of my life. Suddenly, I remembered that only the most loving can feel my painful dust. And His divine love is my soul. In my soul I felt. I called all His sublime names with tears of my heart. I prayed and I cried. All the source of my pain departed, and I prayed. I cried and I smiled in the storm.
This is absolutely wonderful because it takes it takes your faith and wraps it around in words and who you are and what you are and where you find your strength. And I believe that everybody needs to find strength in certain things. And I think that you, this is an absolutely perfect way to put that. And I really enjoyed the read in every language. That's absolutely wonderful. Raz, what do you think about that?
There's definitely an element here of trying to understand a higher power, its relation of knowing our own personal suffering and wanting a resolution from all of that. I see this to be a kind of spiritual prayer in regards to confronting those moments of which one was sad or at their weakest and demanding a reason for moving on to a higher state of evolved being.
Thank you so much, Raz.
And let me get a comment from Dave on that. Dave.
Oh, this is gorgeous. I tell you, I look forward to listening to Sola's stuff every time. This I have to agree with what Raz said about this. It's prayer-like in its presentation here, and I thought it was beautiful the way it was presented. So much reverence to it, and just dignity and humbleness, all wrapped up into one thing. I just think it's just a jewel of a poem, and and then of course listen to you read it, Sola, in French and Arabic was just that's just the capping touch that you put on it, the finishing touch, I guess is the word I want. But it was a beautiful poem, just gorgeous.
Oh, thank you so much, Dave.
You're welcome.
And Silk, what do you think?
Yeah, I thought this was a very beautiful piece, full of faith and hope and the right words eluding me for some reason. But I thought to me, I really enjoyed how you were saying all the sorrows you're going through. You're explaining them, then a prayer and God came in your life and I liked how you ended it here. And I prayed, I cried, and I smiled. Just finding comfort in religion and God here. I thought it was beautiful and a beautiful show of your faith here. Just very lovely read, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
Wonderful comment. Casey said, I think one of my most favorite things about Salwa is that no matter what language she speaks from her soul, and so it always translates.
Oh,
there you go.
There you go. Yeah.
That's perfect.
Boo.
Copy and paste.
Boo. Boo, what do you think?
What she said, love you, Salwa. I think that, I always love her faith, and I agree with what Casey said, and she's always delicate and says it so elegant and eloquently, and she's just like the epitome of like a lady in every sense of the word, what a real lady should be and is, in my opinion. And I prayed and cried. Is this the context for the quote?
Yeah. No. Well, yes. I said no. Yes. I'm sorry.
Is that Rumi or I can't read it that great? Is that Rumi? Oh yeah, I know how you feel. But I love him too. And when you're alone is usually when he shows up. The most loving can feel my painful. His divine love. He's there even when you don't feel it, even when you don't, in the dark, when you don't believe. He's still next to you, beside you, walking with you, and you feel it and you believe in that. And then your pain departed because you prayed, cried, and I smiled. That's deep. I love your faith. I love the hope here. Great job, Salwa.
Thank you so much. Love you.
All right, let's get this.
Yeah.
Let's get this trending on social media here, folks. Mocha said hashtag the Coalition to Protect Salwa. So we get that trending on social media, okay?
I'll get right on it.
That's so funny. So funny.
All right. Okay, Boo, I'm going to put you to work next, and we're going to have you read a little Driscona.
Whoa.
Okay. My little friend there just coming. Okay. She was here. Okay, am I? You know what? I am tripping Jay this whole time. I thought I saw Phil. I was losing my mind. Apparently that's not Phil. Okay. Sorry. I'm not going to go there. Okay. This is just Kona. Transformation demands surrender. Bare flesh against misted wind, face buried, choking on the sand. I feel the waves rising, kissing me. I let them take me in. Drifting or drowning on shore, but surely I am a drop now of the sea. I hear a voice, just be. Surrendering my quintessence, waves gently take me beneath. Maybe then I'll be what you need. Transform me beyond imagination. End poem. Oh.
This is great, great wisdom right here, folks. Because sometimes we do need to absolutely die of ourselves in order to become someone we're supposed to be. And I think that right there is an important message that sometimes that's just who we are. We're trying so hard to be one person, and it's not supposed to be the person we're supposed to be. Maybe we just need to quit trying to be that person and be the person we're supposed to be.
Be you.
And sit back and relax and find out who we are. I love the way that Salwa puts it in faith, and that's where she's found herself, and different people find themselves in different areas. So this is a brilliant wisdom beyond her time. Before I go ahead and get another comment. I want to welcome Azakel to the show. Hello, brother.
Hello there.
Hello, Azakel.
Hey.
Hi.
All right. And I'm going to start the comments with Headshot. What do you think of this one?
Yeah, that's what I got as well. You have to die to come back alive. Nothing is easy. Nothing is quick. Nothing is free. Nothing is granted. At least not to most of us. So we have a climb, and this explains it perfectly. I see like a mountain. Life is upwards, not downwards. We call it the water, of course, but it's not the water. We live on land. We just had land ships at first, and they make money off of the land, the air, and everything else. So, and ourselves. I said I hear a voice. Just be. It's better just to be yourself and try not to copy other people or get jealous of others, because the chances are they're just copying somebody else as well. It was a great ride.
Oh, excellent comment there. And Dave, what did you think?
Well, we are a product of our lifetimes. We become who we are from our environment and the people we associate with, and the good things that have happened to us and all the bad things and everything in between. And if you've been in a bad environment, it's not going to be, it's not going to make you a very stellar individual. So sometimes that process of dying, to Black Sabbath has one called dying to live. That's sometimes you have to, do that. You have to go through that process to come out whole again, and that's kind of what I got out of this too. But on the same token, you're a unique individual, and I don't think you should kill off all of that either. And if some of the people around you don't like the way you are, that's too bad. It's just tough shit. And I kind of see this on both sides. I kind of see the mirror reflection of both sides of this. I thought it was a real interesting poem, and it was really well done and very well worded.
And Sawa.
Oh, I really love this poem. This is, I think, maybe the first time I hear her, or maybe it's really beautiful. I love, I think I see, I don't know, I love what you said, Dave, but I see something else too. When she said choking on the sand, someone who suffers. I feel the wave rising. It's almost in her notes, so she said depression. So this is someone who's trying to get out of this depression. And drifting and drowning, it's you can't help it. You just go up and down, and there's uncertainty, and become a drop of the sea. Remind me of actually Shakespeare when he said to be or not to be. I hear a voice, just be yourself. And even though it's hard, I feel like, because as I said, I have a sister who go through the severe depression, so it's really hard to be understood. At the same time, you feel like you're suffering alone in this, and it must be. It's very, it must be so hard, really, people go into the depression to get out of it and try to be waves, gently take me beneath. So there is this desire to really get out of it. And I love how she talked about nature, because I am a nature lover. This is really beautiful. I'm going to commend it to the first front page. Beautifully done. It's all in the imagination, too.
She just wrote that, too.
To Pardon me?
I think she just wrote that, too, a little bit ago. Yeah, I agree with you.
It's amazing. I really like it a lot.
Mm-hmm. And, Boo, what do you think?
I think this is very vulnerable, really, and very honest of her, which I don't think comes that easy for her. But transform me beyond imagination. She's just letting go. She's like willing just to let go and be, and for her to be accepted or to drown, she's not going to change. That's what I see. for whoever this person is or wants her to be, and it says about depression, spiritual. So, you got to be you, and just, because you're worried about everybody else or what they think about you. You're never going to be free, like Dave said. Yeah,
that's right.
Fuck all that.
That's it.
Worried about
that's
that
it.
all day, we'd never get anything done. So, and she's giving in, she's giving up, she's giving it and letting it go. I think releasing it, and hopefully it comes out stronger and cleanse herself of the emotional vampires. Get rid of them. Great job. I agree, Salwa.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I got a little bit of a treat for everybody. We're going to be putting in a little bit of Azakel right now, so sit back, relax. And Azakel, did you want to say anything about that poem by Drskona?
Yeah, it sounds like she came to a resolve of self, and, it seems like she came from a place where she was seeking validation perhaps in the past of others, and most of the time when people seek validation of others, you'll find out that they're busy seeking validation from everybody else or God or family, and they're not going to give you anything that you would appreciate or, accept as, what you deserve. So just be strong in self and, be so strong that the ocean doesn't stop you, like the poem says.
There you go. That's a good comment.
That's a great comment. All right. So let's listen to a little tributary.
Azakel, it's your time to shine. Fools of this world have an impression in society. They come in every color, gender, lifestyle, variety. They target of others with hateful remarks. How so loud their little chihuahua barks. They may be weak, however numbers choir strong, saying not what is welcome, only what doesn't belong. As others are different, they treat it like a social crime. It is so out of hand, it's become the subject of this rhyme. How is a wise man different? Keep listening, I'll tell. Similar to point out errors, yet offer resolve well. Insight gives them formulations others can improve on. They see the kings and queens that come from a pawn. Wise men are few, often they are far between. Knowledge from experience, honed advice so keen. Problem being, many would rather remain same and err than to apply advice of a wise man that dare. The truth of their differences, they're pretty much the same. Wisdoms were granted upon reflection once a fool's name. Fools think they are wise, a phony facade. Fools claim no higher power, wise know an invisible God.
Azakel's on fire today.
Yeah, my favorite lines, and I've got to quote this. All stands out. How is a wise man different? I'll keep reading. I'll tell. Similar to point out our errors, yet offers resolve well. Insight gives them formulations others can't improve on. They see the kings and queens that come from a pawn. I love that line. That line is just, you know what? They see the people that are, that are players that aren't really holding the power that they should be holding, and they just are fake. And that's kind of what I see there, is that they're looking at it through the fake, and I think that that was a clever way to put that. Raz, what do you think?
Yeah, it's one thing to say that a person is wise, and it's another to hear the same words of wisdom being just phrases that are empty aphorisms or even inverted theories of semantics. So I would wonder, why are these wise men, and if there's any connection whatsoever to what the poet is stating of knowing of an invisible God. Just because you insist upon one point, it doesn't make you all that more righteous on every other that has to do with knowledge. So I see where the dystopia plays here.
Okay.
All right.
Probably right now, but I'm holding back.
It's fine. Stella, what would you like to say about this?
I really like the contrast between how you start. You think you're talking about the fool versus the wise, and then we know they are the same. Not necessarily the real wise are different, but people who pretend to be wise and give advice and know, like, it's true. Sometimes people think they know everything, especially about people's personal life or what's happening. They really don't, and they will. I mean, I've been through this, so I absolutely agree with you on that. They think they can resolve your problems, and they can, well, they don't. It's just a phony facade. That's so true. But it doesn't mean that you don't. You're not saying there are no wise men. That's a different story here. So I really like this one. Well done.
Excellent. Boo, what do you think?
The button.
The button.
I think Africa was on fire today because, like, not two of them out of the park, not just one, but two, and then to do the music and everything. Like, he was on fire last night. You were up all night, weren't you?
Most definitely.
No comment. Yes, I knew you were. And he was really working hard, putting in the effort and the time and the energy. I think that alone is pretty cool. Trying to get everything right. He's a perfectionist there, too. But I agree with everybody else. You don't seem like the type of person that really gives a shit what people say about you, whether they get you or they don't, which is a shame, because if they did get to know you, they would see, I would say the same thing, different side of you. But that's their loss, I guess. And they are fools who have made an impression on society. I think we got to turn that around, and we got to take, like Randall said, take it back and stand up for ourselves and be who we are, and stop trying to be the cookie cutter that everybody will see. And wise men are few, isn't that the truth? And good men, wise men, men with dignity, class, integrity, all of that, they are very few. But I think that you're one of them, and this is a beautiful poem.
Thank you, Boo. I was so happy that I got to redeem myself with some good vocals, and excuse my prior track. I was a little...
No, I thought it was great. I liked it. I thought it was really good.
I've been working another 3 or 4 hours. I'm still not going to sleep tonight until I get that recorded down to where it could be on the radio.
All right. And I know you will. Thank you. But I thought it was great.
All right. Silk and Dave had to say good night. So good night, gentlemen. And what we're going to do next is put Raz up. Raz, you got the mic.
Yeah, I've read this one in the past, but here's an encore representation or recital piece. It's called The Bench. Sitting here on the bench, economical losses, 56 percentages, perfect motor peg. It's the running engine hood, clenching the oily monkey wrenches. Even Humphrey Long at Literary Loggers called it quitters, playing chicken with the turnpike revers. Cancelled series and the great forgery of the greatest beautiful Shakespearean sonnet. Obsessive compulsive Gary Gilmore, whose fame was brief by comparison to his father bringing him young, holding up the handkerchief gas station strung with the dentine on ice. Junk food stuffed grub and hub lunges for the exit doors, confining the expressway from the next route run. A con artist of the honest truth. That man on the bus bench meant you no wrong, cursing at the legal grounds of the baked pavement to the hell which he had insinuated, listening when the armored trucks plowed down the French Bastille, chaotic, life-harrowing socialite night, or our double speakers, the audio wire ringers, round the innocent bystander in the holistic flying Poland riling. The Norman Mailer execution table is the guillotine rubber duckling of the tabloid Vogue supermodels, adequate laced and boxed up pill habits when the birth control baby was 8 years late. What sort of political rage to the president answering monotonously yes or no to the bi-ration commiserations teleprompter? TB guide, heart attack, constant need looking for beat drum kicks and popular niches on the 5G web. Psychologists no longer required to consider mental health problems, except academics. 1 billion people or more are not going to agree to medicate or quietly vaccinate for fertility, sterility reasons. Seems the bench warrant is underneath first and home plate with strip duct tapes, stereophonic saliva packets, and a used violin Ebo cord sharp. A Jagger microphone cord when he's on call waiting to Amazon from his smart home. The umpire mask has digital components and the information's been altered with deep state actors. QAnon is calling Trump lost at the second nomination, the second coming of J.J. Chris Blitz. And the word has not reached the galaxy beyond this Intel galaxy with the Earth signals on the NyQuil syrup traffic like Greenpeace go. Contrasted to the extinct Black Melancholy and Astral Straits. Get off the bench. Get in the game. Coach, that field is flooded with the Walking Dead. I don't want to swing the Louisville Slugger to not sit here on the bench and envision the impossible state of atomic agencies being decommissioned to think of the practical action. And poem.
Oh, this is so cool.
I love that poem.
The way you bring in all of this, like I said, this is something that Headshot did earlier, bringing in all that pop culture and mixing it in. But and both you have the, both your guys' poems, you have this tendency to twist in word usage and playing with the human language, and I love this, the way that you did this. You did bring this into an amazing way that is very unique, very intelligent, and very you. And I think that you did a great job with this. Excellent. As a matter of fact, we'll start the comments with Headshot on here. Headshot, what do you think of that one?
I say like doctors, religion, the system, you name it. Everything's incomplete and incorrect. And the way things are going, Raz and I are going to correct it properly. That was a great ride.
There you go. There you go. Salwa, I heard Salwa laugh, so she just called her name to comment.
Get off the bench, loser.
Get in the game.
There you go, Salwa.
That's the sense of the poem. That's the sense of the poem. Don't sit there and do nothing. I mean, of course, Raz would just wish I could take a piece from your brain to get it. It's just incredible how you do this. Really amazing. And you again, like, you took us all over the place, even back to the Bastille. It's incredible. I don't know how you just wish, like, how is this happen? Really, I just, like, it's so fast and it's so deep. You just have to stay tuned to understand your poem. Like, I'm scared. I don't understand something, so I can get it. That's how it is.
It's not easy to understand. Yeah. Right?
Yes.
I think this one was on the front page already too, right? Because it deserves it.
I don't.
Was it Raz?
No, Boo, it hasn't.
Oh,
here we go,
Boo.
Let's do it.
Here we go, Boo. Got it. Don't
And
beat
Boo's
me,
salivating the comment right now, so go ahead, Boo.
Oh, I just love it. I love it. It's Leonard Cohen. I mean, the whole thing is it's clever. It's catchy. I think it's like tongue in cheek. I can understand it, which is great because you got to read them 20 times. No offense. And I agree. Sitting on the bench, sitting there doing nothing isn't going to get you anywhere in life. Just sitting there and bitching and complaining is not going to get you anywhere. And I see people do that at work all the time. The more time they waste spending bitching and complaining, they could have already done what they were supposed to have gotten done already. And that annoys me. And I like that you take charge. Norman Whaler execution table, the guillotine, roller ducking on the Vogue. Supermodels. It's so clever, so smart, and so funny. Yeah, I'm going to nominate this one right now before I forget, Raz. Kick ass.
Thanks, Boo. I'm sure JJ Chris Blitz might become a household name.
The whole tongue-in-cheek, the whole thing is the references are amazing. I mean, the whole thing, JJ Chris Blitz, well, Galaxy Beyond the Galaxy, it's just funny. The whole thing, calling Trump lost a second nomination. Yeah, this is good.
All right.
Really
Here's what I got going next. I want to mention that we might not get all the poems done tonight, so anything we miss will be on Our House on Wednesday. Do not miss that. We got already a great lineup going for that. We're going to try to get as many as we can in here. And next up, she's out on the board. I am kind of excited to hear about cow tripping. So here we go, a little case today.
Cow tripping. Hey, cow, you going to the party tonight? What party, Duck? I never got an invite. It's a disco put on by Goaty the Kid. I'd be careful if you go. You know about his biz. Cow pondered a moment but decided she'd go. She'd never been to a barnyard disco. She knew about Goaty and his little gang, but Cow wanted more friends, and she thought she could hang. Cow came to the disco feeling quite fly. She knew the funky chicken, the bump, and the robot she'd try. She looked around for critters she knew. Over by the stage she spotted a few. Cow started dancing. She was cool. She was hip. Then Cat asked, "Hey, Cow, wanna try some catnip?" "I've never done that," said Cow, red as a rose. "It's easy, Cow. See, it just goes up your nose." Cow paused for a moment, but she wanted to know more. Tonight, she thought, was a night to explore. So she did the catnip and felt a little lighter. The room started moving. The lights got brighter. Duck was up on stage, rapping about Quack. Cow took the mic and didn't give it back. "You might think you know me. I think that's absurd, though. Throw me to the bulls. I come back leading the herd, yo." Cow jumped off the stage into the crowd. Piggy squealed and Rooster crowed loud. "Give it up for Cow," said a voice they all knew. Goaty the Kid appeared from the blue. The night grew wild, and Cow more so than others. She got up on the bar and showed off her udders. She got in a fight with a horse she didn't know. and spilled her drink in Molly Mule's afro.
Molly?
The next morning, early at the break of dawn, Cow awoke to the farmer mowing the lawn. Cow first rubbed her eyes, then rubbed her head. She suddenly realized she was not in her bed. Then she remembered that before she fell asleep, she agreed to menage a trois with Goaty the Kid and Baba Sheep. Cow's head really hurt, and she had nobody to blame as she slowly got up and took her walk of shame back to the pasture where she'd always go to never return to that barnyard disco.
Oh my God, freaking great. Oh my God. That is so freaking
absolutely great.
Oh
so funny.
Love it.
So unique. But here's what I really like about it is the fact that it seems like a kid's story, and my God, it's no kid's story. This is this definitely
Jay,
something
stay away from the barnyard disco, Jay. Stay away from the barnyard disco.
Look what Mocha wrote. Cow just pulled a Kanye. There you go.
Cow pulled a Kanye. That's
too
amazing.
funny. Oh my God, this is hilarious. I absolutely loved it. I love the humor. I loved everything about it. Raz, what do you think?
Yeah, it describes real bad night partying because you don't remember what happened the next day.
I've had those nights.
100%. 100%. Yeah, I've had those nights too. Salwa, what'd you think?
That's why I was a designated driver. Don't touch this stuff. It's really hilarious. She's just funny as it can be. I love how she gives the personification of animals, and it's just hilarious. The cow and how the dancing. She was cool. She was hip. Amazing. I love every line, every stanza. And she talks about a serious matter, but she puts humor in there. It's incredibly, Cow has really her, when she, I can read the whole thing. I really love it. Walk of shame back to past where she would always go.
Walk of shame?
Never said. But, disco. A really beautiful sense of humor and beautiful ride. This is incredible. I'm definitely going to nominate this one. I just can't stop laughing.
Hilarious.
Even though it's serious, Amazing. And the voice changing. She just made the voices like duck and the cow. Beautifully, really brilliant. What a great talent.
And Bella's out on the board. Hello, Bella. She just got back from the hospital.
Hi, Bella.
Hey, Bella.
And Headshot, what do you think of that?
Well, I like the rooster, and I like the I like the rooster and the crowed. I mean, a rooster that crows. That's awesome. I like how the pig fell on the cow jumped on the pig and it squealed, or it fell on it, or something happened there. I think it's cool. I've never seen a black cow with an afro that says "yo." If I was black, I might be offended, but I don't mind. I thought it was just a great ride. I love the we have the Farmer in the Dale with all the animals and all that stuff after we beat the British, but we remind ourselves that we beat them and so we don't make the same mistakes twice. I thought it was a great ride.
And Boo, what do you think?
Oh shit, this is so fucking hilarious. Oh my God, but she's right. She talks about the serious subject, but she changes her voice. She makes you want to know more about it. She grabs you in, and she's got like every drug, a lot of drugs pretty much on there listed, but it's so funny. And then the way she read it was so cute. The rhyme is spot on. The cadence is spot on. I didn't know she rhymed very much, but this almost sounds like a rap song. I loved it. I thought it was clever and funny. I've had the walk of shame. I've had those nights wake up like, what the hell did I do last night? this is a good example of saying no to drugs, kids. And I thought it was fabulous. Fabulous. Loved it. And I would nominate this one, too. Maybe I was laughing the whole time, and that's not easy to do. Great, great job. So funny.
All right. What I am going to do next, and let me see what I'm going to do. I wish I would have wrote that. I know where I'm going to go. What's that, Boo?
I wish I wrote that. I have writer's envy. I wish I would have wrote that. So cute.
I'm going to have. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to read this one next. And this is for Soul. And this is called Shaken, Not Stirred. Get a little 007 going here.
Uh-oh.
And it goes like this. Salty rims burn the lips where once blossomed lovely kiss. Love and lust swell and shudder on rocks in frigid winter. Forever not yours. Singe the scars. Intoxicated senses now awaken from a daze, not stirred by moonlight, mortally shaken. End poem. This is so clever because you got let me see the prompt: swelling starlights, draining electrical storm. So many words. It needs to be 40 words exactly. And wow, she did a great job bringing that together. Very unique, very very spot on. I love the way that the images look. Just brilliant. Let me get a comment from Raz on that.
Yeah, looking at the prompt, they brought a work of art from just a couple of words that were there on the page and try to incorporate that to a feasible or cohesive piece. And what they've done here is make that martini with a little bit of salt look like a good way of edging onto the headaches of forever.
And Salwa, what do you think?
I think I read this one before. I really like it. Even the title, Shaken, Not Stirred, and the metaphoric, how she took the drinking and changed it to something else. Intoxicated senses, not awakened from a daze, not stood by moonlight, mortally shaken. Even the one, forever not yours, sing the scars. It's in this short brevity, she said so much, and every word that she really put there has its own weight and tacked with deep emotion. If there's also pain, I feel, and I said there's hope also, maybe. So really beautifully done. She had a way to, she amazed me. Really amazed me how she's such a great poetess.
Agreed, totally. And Boo, what do you think?
Yeah, I like this. I see something different. Somebody who wants somebody and they don't want them. Forever not yours. Singled his scars. Like she'll never be enough for him. She'll never be what he wants. Salty rims burn the lips where blossomed lovers kiss. She feels that salty sting. Intoxicated senses. She's intoxicated, but maybe not reciprocated. Oh, it's kind of what I see now. Awakened from the daze, mortally shaken. So he's ruined her, hurt her, and this is just this quick brevity too. There's a lot of emotion there. A swelling starlet. That's the prompt. Swelling starlet, staining electrical storm. Well, that's pretty unique what she came up with for that one. Yeah, this is really, really good. I see a lot of pain here. Great job. Great brevity.
Agreed. All right. Let us move on. She is out. She's out on the board here, folks. She just showed up, and everybody wave a little bit to me, Bella, out there. And I I have a poem from her and an audio from her, so let us go ahead and put in a little amore.
Amore by Mi Bea.
Can't hear it, Jay.
I have contemplated myriad of verses, unnoticing to your anima with crafted lines of poesy. My love, I have crucified you on my tongue and allowed your God-given name to hang on my lips. Made it bleed beaded amour that dangled on my sternum as I breathe, inhaling your pneuma, holding you inside me, until my whole spirit became the drinking vessel that poured your holiness. Every carved detail of your sanctity transformed into my own divine temple, my venerated apparition. You made me vulnerable in all aspects as much as you gave allowances to my flaws, and for every step I made your trust became the pillars I clung to. Thank you, for you taught me how to honor your existence as much as you offered me gratitude. Despite my painful imperfections, your body speaks affirmation, and my only passion is to turn your flesh into my breathing scripture. I will forever pattern in a libretto only my encephalon can perceive, for no other tongue can say except for I, in variegata locution.
Wow. Once again, this is a stunning Bella piece. How she paints her words and the pictures and everything in there. There's so much in this poem, and it's so brilliant. And I think that I have crucified you on my tongue and allowed your God-given name to hang on my lips, made it bleed, beaded amore that dangled on my sternum as I breathe. This is like so, wow, so deep and so utterly, wow, I'm just kind of floored by it, because this is once again a typical Bella poem that is just pure art, and she brings it forth, and it's so hard to put a finger on what makes Bella amazing, but it's just her. She breathes poetry. She is a poet's poet. So brilliant. And let me say hello to Soul out on the board. She is listening in, which is great.
Good morning.
Hello. Good morning.
Good morning.
And let me get a comment. I'm going to start, Bella, with Raz. Raz, what do you think?
Yeah, this is one of those pieces where a woman becomes very personal, how she feels on a biological and physical level to the thought of love. So us, who are an entirely different sect, we can hear these same words but not entirely have ever gone through these same feelings expressed here, and only respect that notion that it's her own personal inner passion of what it means to be in love.
And Sawa.
Oh my goodness, Bella. She really takes breath away. She's incredible, as you said. I don't know, it's a gift that she has, and moves us deeply every time. There's so much gratitude. There's love, and but there's so much gratitude in this poem. So many lines. You made me vulnerable in all aspects as much as you gave allowance to my flaws, and for every step I made, your trust become the pillars I cling to. Thank you. And what he told her and so on. She always had this gratitude, and she tells us a story how it happened. she starts an introduction and move on to what she wants to say. It's incredible. I really love her verbiage. You're right. I don't know. It's just like a dictionary. Is there a dictionary called Bella Dictionary? I think it should be one.
I want to get it if there is.
Yes, right?
Give me one. I'm going to eat your brain.
Yeah. Amazing, Bella, as always.
And Boo.
I don't know, that might be way off, but I kind of see like she's pissed off at herself for believing the bullshit and believing what she saw or what he allowed her to see. And now she's kind of looking at it and she's like, oh, kind of feels foolish, maybe in a way, but never feel foolish for loving someone, because that's a genuine healing, And you're right. If they had that book, I would want to buy it and I'd want to sell it. I want to eat her brain, he says, And but she never writes with hatred or with words of hating somebody. Or she always makes it so beautiful, and that's just amazing. Because if you have resentment, you'd never know it. And the myriad of verses. I mean, that's from the beginning stanzas. It's incredible. I crucified you on my tongue, like she allowed him to build her up, pull her up, and just drag her down. And that's one of her words. It's her infamous word right there is pneuma. And one of them, so my whole spirit became a drinking vessel. She believes it all. She sucked it all in, and now she regrets it, possibly. But don't regret it, because there had to have been good parts there, too, I think. Beautiful job, my friend. Yeah, you're a poet. Poet. I agree. Another one for the front page. I'm going to be busy
waiting all night. Boo's been waiting all night for a little something here, folks.
I've been waiting. Yeah.
So I did send you another message. I want you to check it out, Boo, but I am going to find this little poem here just for you. And, geez.
Thank you.
Come on. Here we go. Here we go. This is a little gonzo here, folks. So sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Oh, let me get in position. I'm kidding.
It's so funny, Boo.
It was the night before Halloween, and the family...
Oh, Lord.
Hold on. I want to start it over. This is called "'Twas the Night Before Halloween and the Family Was Gathered."
Scary?
Just want to. I don't know. Let me see. I'm going to look at it. Yes, I think it is scary. You might want to.
Hey, good night.
Bye.
Good night.
You should stay down.
No, thank you. I'm going to sleep. Thank you. Good night.
There's been anal bleeding, but not menstruation.
No. It's bad. All right. Yeah, this is. Here we go, everybody. I'm glad I did stop it there. Here we go.
Yeah, that might have been a good idea.
It was the night before Halloween, and the family was gathered, not baking or chatting or fighting, but rather enjoying themselves in front of a fire. Not one would expect what was about to transpire.
Open this motherfucker up.
A demonic figure appeared at the door. It invited itself in.
Fine, I'll do it myself.
Started breakdancing on the floor.
Oh, hell yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, buddy. I love you, guys.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This is my fucking jam right here.
Holy shit.
You can't move like this. You can't move like this. You ain't seen nothing like me, and you can't move like this. Yeah, you like that.
All of a sudden, just in a flash,
no one serves me in my own home.
The father jumped in and fell on his ass.
Yeah, you ain't seen anybody move.
The demon just laughed, but stayed really humble.
I'm a vegan, you know, so I came here to rumble.
It was just in that moment the demon did slip.
Oh, son of a fuck knuckle.
Fell on its ass too and shattered its hip.
Who the fuck mops at night?
It screamed like a demon, such as demons do, and said,
Call my lawyer. I'ma fucking sue you.
Worse than a vegan demon it was with a twist. It turns out it's a Scientologist.
Xenu, save me.
It crippled and it hobbled, but it got up with no help. Then it knocked off all the pictures that were lying on the shelf.
Hey, don't do that. And Margaret can go fuck herself.
It limped out the door with a huff and a snort.
Clean that up, bitches. I'll see you in court.
Then it walked over to the window and went, because it forgot why it went there and what demons really do.
Holla.
Oh my goodness.
Holla. Fuck yeah.
Oh
Fuck yeah.
goodness.
That was amazing.
Oh my
it.
God.
Oh my God.
Oh, I'm like I'm kind of like what did
him.
we just hear? Oh my God, what did we just hear? That was quite the production beyond. How the hell do you get that out of your mind? How does that pop from a person's mind and out?
That's what
I want to know. Where the hell does that come from? Because that was absolutely hilarious and brilliant, and oh my gosh, I loved it.
Brilliant.
All right.
Brilliant.
Say hello to Tila out on the board. Maybe we'll read hers. We'll read hers quick afterwards here, Boo. And
oh my God,
Raz, what do you think?
Yeah, this is realistic. The last time I heard the same piece, where you have the idea if there were demons, of course they're going to be completely disorientated. Had they come into the third dimension, it's going to turn out during that manifestation, like this poet is pointing out, that they have no idea why they're even supposed to terrorize the poor victims.
Absolutely. All right, Boo, you get a last say, and then I'm going to have you read Tila's piece quick.
Oh my God, he just tore it up. I love the song that he had in the background, the Misdemeanor Elliott. The voices were incredible. I mean, the production was amazing. They had that sick, twisted voice. I mean, I was like dancing and laughing and scared all at the same time. They told me to stop nominating him because they just keep nominating every freaking poem. And they're like, we know. But I'm like, God, everyone's better and better. The production, I wonder how long it takes them. Incredible. I loved it. I'm going to put this one on YouTube, too. Amazing. You're an artist and fucking brilliant. Loved it.
All right, Boo. Tila's poem is out on the board.
Every one he does, I think he can get better, and the next one is better and better. It's just like, holy crap. Okay. Anyway, sorry. Let me keep my breath here.
Over that one. That I don't know what else to say. If a demon's going to sue you in court, then it has to have a legal reason for being there.
I agree with Bella, too, Jay. Sure. And what she said on the board right there, he went away, he came back, and he ate his fucking poetic Wheaties. Holy shit. I mean, I agree with Bella completely. I don't know what you did, but I'd like to know where it was so I could get over there. Okay, pumpkins and the Ganges. Is that how you say that, Jay? Okay.
It depends where you are in the world, but they say Ganges.
I'm Jersey girl.
I believe. And in the U.S., we say Ganges.
Okay. All right. Today, pumpkins... Wait, I got to make this bigger. Okay. Today, pumpkins with its rubble gangs pled. I mean, does that say piled? Oh, my God, piled up in a corner of a dark tree. Sorry. Shaded of its leaves neatly, crunchy leaves waiting to be racked up. Autumn's fiery evening with its patchy, cloudy sky, dashing moon is after those green apples in a bucket stub. barks, looking so disoriented, watching all its logs stocked up on the top of garden, shades shelved for winter's fires, large terracotta pots stacked on top of each other, green boots, pitcher, gardening tools with gardening gloves, the broken fence in the edge, wooden square box came handy for green ivies to thrive. It's autumn night, already waiting for one thing, Halloween night. End poem.
I love how she kind of took the picture and kind of right at the beginning. That's actually Toby Pumpkins.
Sorry.
With its Rumble Gangs, and I really like that how she put that. It's kind of like it because of it's got the jack-o'-lantern face. They're a bunch of thugs, and I like how she puts that. And she just grabs the whole. Can you read it again? Yeah, sure. I can do this. This is Pumpkin and the Ganges. Toby Pumpkins with its Rumble Gangs piled up in a in a corner of a dark tree, shaded all its leaves neatly, crunchy leaves waiting to be racked up. Autumn's fiery evening with its patchy, cloudy sky, dashing moon is after those green apples in buckets. Stub barks looking so disoriented, watching all its logs stacked up on a top of garden shade shelves for winter's fire, large terracotta pots stacked on top of each other, green boots, pitcher, gardening tools with gardening gloves, the broken fence in the edge, wooden square box came handy for green ivies to thrive. It's autumn, night already waiting for one thing, Halloween night. End poem.
There you go. Much better, Jay. Thank you.
This is a clever little write. I really enjoyed it. She did a wonderful job describing the picture, bringing forth her feelings upon this, and I really like the way she did that. Just nice and pleasant and wonderful. Raz, what do you think?
I think the idea of the gangs is pretty cute.
Yeah, pumpkins are definitely a good part of the autumn fall season, and there's a description of how you want to possibly make that jack-o'-lantern for Halloween night. My own personal experiences, I've done it a couple of times, definitely probably every year, but when I get around, I just carve it all by myself and then leave the candle inside the hollow shell and place it out in the front yard. I don't think a single trick-or-treater decides to come to my house on those occasions, which is a good thing because I wouldn't have any candy for them.
You don't give candy, Raz? No. Huh? Do you give apples or you don't answer the door?
They can knock, but no one's going to really say they're here.
I hear you knocking, but you can't come in. Okay. Boo! What do you think about that?
Well, I like the way you read it far better. That's how it's probably supposed to be read. Good job there. I like how the pumpkins are in a gang, or they're part of the gang. That's funny. That's unique, clever. And she likes that shape there in the middle. And she describes it. And I like the ending, though. She keeps it like you hang in there. She's all waiting for one thing, Halloween night. Aren't we all? And really cute, really good. They thrive all night ready, waiting. So excited for it. Good job there. 2 days ago.
All right. I think what we're going to do is call it a night on that. And this has been a great night of poetry, everybody, and we really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Like I said, when we got 4 more poems, we're going to bring those over to our house on Wednesday at noon Eastern. Do not miss us there.
Jay, I might surprise you. and show up.
There you go.
That would be new.
Good. And get ready for my long. One more time, I want to mention the voting for Boo for president. I mean for best group leader on All Poetry. And here comes my list. I want to thank Wayne, Nick, Headshot, Rack, Salwa, Dave, Brandy, Silk, Raz, and Azakel, all for calling Mocha, Jascona, Jask, Casey, Bella, Soul, and Tila out on the board. Thank Boo for everything that you do. Without you, none of this would happen. We really, really appreciate you. And this night's poetry has been absolutely phenomenal. Really, really appreciate all of you guys. You're just so fantastic. And so I think we need a little bit of Boo playing some. Is this GNR's version or Dylan's version?
GNR's version. I thought you were going to play the one with Azakel so they could hear it.
I like to thank Azakel. I saved all his files. Any of these meds start kicking, he's going to be there.
I'm going to put up the contest too for the anniversary.
Yeah, we're going to have an anniversary contest coming up here very shortly.
No, I'm going to put it down. Version, yeah.
Knock, knock, knocking on that locked Halloween door.
Yes, absolutely. All right, thanks everybody once again. This is JCA signing off, and we really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you all.